Now with 100% more ducks. Howdy folks, Grok the DuckFarmer here, and I'm on the FTOG.net server playing Feed the Beast Infinity Expert Mode. Oh yeah, having lots of fun, and I've got gold and iron pouring on here in the back. Yep, the gold was a suggestion from Compressed Wizard, and I was thinking I really liked the glowstone because it glowed so nicely, but no, that's working out very nicely. And then Danathexx suggested the molten iron, and I kept thinking it was shiny and not red, but yes, it's a very nice red. So looking at it here, we got the green, blue, the yellow, and the red. It looks really good. They're all the same. I think it's fantastic. I love it. But that's not what we're going to do today. Today, we're going to talk about getting other stuff done. I was talking about moving the IC2 machines into here, and I haven't done that because I'm a lazy slug. Instead, I'm going to get processors going. One of the things for ME and a lot of those ME related bits is needing these circuits that are done through the Inscriber that then make the processors, and these require the presses, which I've got all those, and I was going to go ahead and drop down into my cable run area, and I've banged this open just to give me a lot more space down here. This is going to be just kind of cable runs of stuff. Like you can see, I've got the power running through here. When my ME system is all up and running, that's going to be here someplace. I don't know, maybe up and down, left, right, someplace like that. And so I moved my Tesseract over here because it's going to have to power that. And unfortunately, I just have the one extra for that. So over here is where I'm going to put my inscribing press setup. And I've gone ahead and created an interface with a gold chest on top, and so that needed a one of those covers on top to just make it so I could open it. And I'm going to go ahead and set up my automation for getting these things going. Some of the people on the server have it set up already using Steve's Factory Manager, and that works great. I really like Ender.io, so I'm going to go with that. This Inscriber here, I had one, and I went ahead and made 4 more. So this Inscriber will assemble all the crafted bits into the final processors, and these guys are going to make the bits I need to go into there. So let's grab these. And I tend to do them alphabetically away from the interface. So this one here is the calculation press. That will go there. And that does the pure Certus. And it has no power yet. And this is the engineering, and that does diamonds. And this does the logic and gold. And this last one is for the silicon. And we'll put one of the silicon in there. Alrighty, so those are all in place. And they have no power. Now, one of the things that's really nice, if I had something here set up as far as ME already, then I could go ahead and just pipe ME power right into this interface, and it would charge all of them. But I was doing some testing as far as how these work by powering one, and it didn't go down the line. So that's very annoying, but I can just use these conduits because I've got them. So now, if we take a quick look here, you can see the items are all gone, and they're in nowhere. Where'd they go? Oh, nope, there they are. It was just a graphic glitch. They are all there. And they've all been worked, so this is powered up and working nicely. Now, need to go ahead and set this up so that everything funnels into this interface. So let me go ahead and grab this, and we'll just slap a bunch of these guys right here. This is a setup that I did on my very first video, believe it or not, is setting up this. I've since refined this a little bit more, and that's what I'm going to be doing here. So all these guys are going to be outputting their contents, and they will be going into the interface. So let's take off the redstone mode for all of these guys. And if we take a look at our interface now, they're all in there. And for some reason, my graphic doesn't have the fact that it looks like they added extra storage on this. But anyway, we'll just keep this happily. So there's the bits. We'll save all those. Yeah, I also have a charger here because we're going to use that too. So anyway, this takes everything that's created and pumps it back in. Over here, let's do this. Let's go ahead and pull out the items. And I think I'm going to go ahead and let's pull out with blue and set it up with that. These are going to go into these 4. So let me get a basic item filter in place, and it's going to accept, let's see, pure Certus, the diamond, the gold, and the silicon, and also the Certus here, because we're going to charge those as well. And yes, let's go ahead and have these all line up so they look nice. So just those things will come out on the blue, and they're going to go in on the other direction. One more, blue. They will go in on blue, but we need to tell this one is going to get the pure Certus. This guy is going to go with the diamond. This guy, one more over there, he is going to get the gold. And this last guy is going to go ahead and get the silicon. Alrighty, get closer. So then as we drop stuff into here, and we've got one left, boop, boop, boop. I just drop one in there for now. You can see they all got taken away and they're getting worked on. And when they're done, they will drop here into the interface. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, come on. There it is. So we know that that is working just great. Done. Next, let's jump over to this side. I want to go ahead and take the resulting bits out of here, and let's go ahead and put them on these 3 sides. Now, this doesn't really need to join, so let's go ahead and unjoin that, just to make it so it's not so confusing. These I'm going to put on a different network. These are going to be, or channel is the right word. I'm going to do this with red, and this needs to have another filter on there, and it's going to use these finished pieces plus redstone. I don't have redstone on me. Well, that's very silly of me. Why do I not have redstone? Redstone. Gimme. All right, now I've got redstone. And let's set that up. Redstone. Alrighty, so those are the things that are coming out on the red channel. So this channel here is inserting on red, needs one of these, and we're going to put the redstone going in. And here on the bottom, in, out, filter, it's going to have the printed silicon. And then up here, this guy is going to go ahead and insert, and he is going to have these 3 printed pieces there. All right, so those are that. Let's make sure that we have the extract set. Oh, nope, nope, nope. That doesn't need extract at all. Let's make sure that we don't do that. It is insert only. This bottom also is insert only. That one is the extract. And do we have it set up? Yes, so it's without signal. So this will pull out the other bits and shove it back in. Let's do a quick test. One of those, and one of those. And if we take a quick look, yep, there they go. That's getting crafted. Done. In, we look at our interface, there it is, and there's our first, which is very, very cool. So that is working very nicely. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and dump in, let's see, we got 5 more of those, and 1, 2, 3, we'll let that start doing its processing while I come around. I guess I could jump over that. I also want to be able to have this charger set up. And since I've got, let's put it off of this one here. Yeah, so that a bit. Oh, worries. Let's take the charger and let's put it right there. And we need to charge it from the top or bottom, so I'm going to go ahead and do the bottom. All this charge is not going to matter because once I have an ME system here, I'm just going to plug it into the interface on the bottom. That'll hit this as well, and we're all charged. Anyway, this is already I did not want to do that. I will fiddle with that later. For right now, it's already got the Certus coming out, and that's coming out on blue. So we need to put that on top. Yep, right there. And that needs to go in, and it's going to go into blue. And I need my last filter, that there. Let's make sure that that there is set to extract. And so now, if we drop in a Certus quartz crystal that needs to be charged into a charged Certus quartz crystal, it should go into there. Oh, I'm not seeing it, but it says, oh, but it's done. Yeah, see, it's charged. Getting a little visual glitch where I didn't see it there, but the Walius definitely said it was there. So let's grab these bits out. We need to toss the silicon in because it's out of the silicon. And it will finish its thing. When this is set up with a pattern in here, when I have a full ME and crafters in place, I will have the patterns in here for the various processors. I'll also have one in place for the charged Certus, and it will output the items into the chest based off the pattern. The chest now knows how to move the items around and automatically stick them back into the interface, which will go back into the ME to be used later. So yeah, we've got this up and running. Here, let's put it in the order that it's supposed to be. There's the 6 I just made with my pure Certus crystal. Yeah, this is working. It's manual at this point. I just take all the bits and drop it in and then it works. But when I've got a full ME working, I will be able to just dial it from my crafting grid, say, I need 20 more of these, and poof, away it goes. Speaking of which, I'm going to make me a whole bunch of these processors because that will help me when I get around to the ME system. When talking about Sonarium, yeah, that's probably the main thing that's locking me up. Let me show you what I'm talking about. ME controller, several of the people on the server have gone ahead and made their ME controller, but the recipe changed because we're now on build 2.4.2, and this changed. It used to be a whole bunch of very expensive items, and people on the server, I'm probably going to miss a few. I know Brink has gotten his ME, Link and Renovate have gotten theirs set up, Nonsanity has that dude Chaos, and quite possibly Raz as well. But several people have gotten their ME controllers set up. I have not. The recipe is different. Skystone blocks got those. I now have 2 of these. I've made a whole bunch of these pure flux crystals because it's just throw them in the water and come back later and they're there. The Certus quartz wrench, well, basically that's just an X of Certus quartz, but it's changed with this new build. It uses the enhanced Galgadorian metal, which if we take a look, that needs a large lump. And the large lump is made out of these regular lumps, and each one of those lumps, a block of diamond, glowstone, no problem, stabilized metal. I made some of these to make the dolly that I have, so that's all very, very doable. Eye of Galgador, yeah, that's an interesting one because it needs a whole bunch of fermented spider ice. People are saying, mushrooms, I need mushrooms. Yeah, I've got mushrooms. Gas tears. I can get more. I think I'm just shy of the gas tiers. So getting this, not a big deal. It's just grinding them out. This is going to be a little bit more involved because this is the enriched Cenarium alloy, which requires the enriched Cenarium. Well, that's just irradiated uranium, and I've got the assembly table. I've got uranium ingots and glowstone, so that's no problem. Cenarium, that's a problem because to get the plate, I need glowstone in a molecular transformer and 9,000 RF, I guess, or 9 million RF to make that. Yes, I could do that. Don't have the molecular transformer. I have all the bits to make one of these. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. And so the Cenarium alloy, that's a tricky piece because this, again, Cenarium, that's just another one of those pieces. Iridium reinforced plate. That's going to need some iridium ore, advanced alloy, that's cake, I've made those diamonds. Iridium ore, to make that in the assembly, you need MOX nuclear fuel and pellets of RTG fuel. I don't have either one of these. These, you've got to have the dense iron with the plutonium. That's the byproduct from the IC2 reactor. Haven't built that yet. And the MOX is what you've built out of the plutonium, uranium from spinning these out from the thermal centrifuge. I haven't made that yet either. I haven't done any of the reactor stuff. But there's another way to get iridium ore. You can get it out of dungeon chest, which is very nice. But what if I were to get me some ore? Say 24 blocks of nether iridium ore. Let's see what we can do with this. That gives me some iridium dust. What can I use with iridium dust? Well, that molten iridium, can I turn this? Hey, back up. No. I want to use this. I can get this into iridium ore here. See, this makes me think I can get iridium ingots. Can I get there from here? Maybe not. I wonder if it's wanting iridium. Oh, I'm thinking there's got to be a way for me to get the iridium I need for this. Yeah, see, that's industrial craft iridium ore. And that's the other one is the solar power iridium ore. I might be able to go one to the other. Maybe not. So I may be locked with that, and I was hoping that my iridium ore would work. I will check. I will find out. But in any case, I don't have the machine to make the stuff that I need to make the stuff to get the controllers. So yeah, expert mode. But no, I've got myself a good little setup as far as automating things, and this is working really nicely. I've been going through and taking my nether ore, the gold, and once I run it through the furnace, that gives me the regular gold ore, and oops, I'm pretty much out of that. And then I just take the ground up ore here, run it through my alloy smelter, and that gives me the gold ingots. And I could throw this stuff away because I've got so much gold from the gold farm, but no worries, no worries. So we'll go ahead and keep pressing on. I guess I've got to make several things to make the things that I need to make the things to get the other stuff. I think probably an IC2 reactor is the first thing that I need to do. But I also need to move the stuff, and I keep putting that off. I gotta get it going. And thanks to the miracle of editing, the stuff has been moved! So I got the IC2 stuff over here now, and it's all hooked up and working, and I decided to go with the IC2 power with the big cables because I kind of like that look. It's kind of retro, and anyway, it's fun. And I also have lots of the parts. So doing that, been busy over here while doing other things and letting overnight stuff go. Processing stuff. In fact, if we take a quick look, I've got a whole bunch of cinnabar here because I had a whole bunch of redstone, nether redstone ore that you run the nether redstone ore through the redstone furnace, which I upgraded to be resonant, and that will give you 2 redstone ores, and then that gets popped into here automatically, which gets fed back up here to the pulverizer, which is also upgraded to resonant, and that grinds it into the redstone with a 25% chance of getting a cinnabar. So that gives you kind of an idea as to how many ores I've been processing, and every so often I'll grab a stack of ferrous ore, and so yeah, I'm gonna be set for shiny really nicely. And this is over here just processing nether, or the nether lapis lazuli, whatever, as fast as it can. So doing really good there. Also, down below, I got my 2 recyclers moved over, and I'm using the netherrack because I've got gobs of that and I don't care about it. That is getting turned into scrap, which I hooked up a cyclic assembler here to make the scrap box. Now, as you can see here, I need a mass fabricator, which I'm going to send the scrap box into, and that is going to produce for me the UU matter. So, let's go ahead and make us a mass fabricator. So I need one of these crystals that goes there, and I need these 2 advanced machine casings. Oh, one there, one there. There's my mass fabricator. And I just realized I don't have anything to hook it into, so I'm going to need one of you and one of you. Alright, that'll do me. And down we go. So I think I will stick the mass fab. Let's stick him on top, right? Can I do it? Nope. Right there. So that's the mass fab. This is going in. I need to pull this out and back into there. Oh, hey, we've got an out right here. So I can't see my colors. Yes, I've got that set to brown. So let's have this be insert with brown. Brown, I said, brown. So there's all the scrap boxes. And as soon as I get some power to it, I need to also pull out the liquid, which I think I'll do from the I've been doing power from the back, so let's just continue with that. You can go there. Hey, we got color. Look at it. It's processing. And that should get me some UU matter after a while. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. So the stuff I have way over here, like I said, all this underscape stuff is going to get pounded out. That right above there is my netherrack box, and it had almost 100,000 netherrack in there from the stuff I've been doing. I also have soul sand, which is another 100,000, and I don't care about that. So I'm going to set these up to come into here to get processed into scrap, which will then get from here processed into scrap boxes, which will then be turned by this boy into UU matter. Hey, 4 millibuckets! Woohoo! I'm on target! So I need to go ahead and set up a fluid duct, probably on the top, to go ahead and turn that into, or put it into a pipe at least. Actually, I can fluid duct from down below. Anyway, I need to get that going, and a whole bunch more recyclers. But I don't think I'm going to do that right now. As long as I've got this running, I'm actually processing the scrap. I do have a ton of the bits here as far as these individual scrap that I need to get converted into the scrap boxes, so I'm good to go for quite a while. But no, let me talk about something else. I started off with a little bit talking about the ME controller. And how the recipe changed, and this is the expensive stuff. And I was thinking that I might be able to do the iridium that comes from the nether iridium ore. That doesn't work, and that kind of cheeses me off. Iridium ore. As you can see, there's nether ores that have iridium ore. There's industrial craft ore, and this one produces the iridium ore from another one bites the dust. all these mods, this is completely separate from those. And these ones will never convert into that one, which is what I need for this. You can, however, take this ore, run it through the compressor, and turn it into the ingots that this thing will produce. And that kind of annoys me that it's a one-way trip to this. Yeah, that's bad mod editing. They should have set up so there was only one iridium ore, but it's easy for me to say from my distance. But here's the thing. Going back to the ME controller, this is the expensive thing that now gates making the controllers. It's cheaper than it was, but for me, since I don't have the iridium ore yet, I don't have the IC2 reactor yet, I'm blocked from having that. But I do have a Certus wrench. I have one of these boys from before the patch. It was just 5 Certus quartz, and I like making these because they're friggin' cheap. The problem, though, once I saw that, oh, hey, this recipe, it's so much cheaper, I went, woohoo! And I said, this is fun, and I went ahead and made me 4 controllers. So I've got me a whole bunch of these nether controllers, or not nether controllers, these ME controllers. And I set up a network, and I started hooking things up, and then I went, the more I look at this, the more it's given me kind of a bad taste in the mouth, in that it was too friggin' easy. I had this already when it was friggin' cheap. That made this even cheaper, and I'm going, this pack is about making things difficult in hooking all the mods together, and doing that as quickly as I could felt very much like a cheap shortcut. Now, other people can go ahead and do that. I don't care, but for me, this pack is all about the journey to the cool stuff and not just grabbing the cool stuff in the first place. If all I wanted was the cool stuff, then you pay off the admin and you say, hey, give me some really cool draconic armor, top tier stuff, and a million ingots of this, that, and the other, whatever. But no, I'm going to build my way there. Everything I've done, I've built a few gifts from other people on the server, and I love them for that, and I think that's fantastic. And I've handed off gifts to others. It's what we do on the server. But for me, it feels kind of cheaty to sit there and jump that fast into ME. And I really want ME. I would love to have the ME up and running, but I'm not. I'm going to hold off on that when I can have the bits that I need to create the new wrench. Then I'll just pull those 4 pieces out of that chest, and we'll be good to go. In the meantime, I have my chest here, the once and future ME. It's got all my stuff. It's ready. I even used one of the dense ME conduits. It was fun. But nope, I won't do that. Instead, I'm going to get myself there. I've got my bits here. I've got the beginnings of mass fab down below. That's going to get me the UU matter. Probably the next thing I really need to do is get an IC2 reactor going, because that will get me a lot of the other things that I'm blocked on, getting the pellets and the uranium and all that goodness. So that's what I'm going to be doing next. And that's the way it goes. That's how I'm playing the game, and that's how I'm having fun with this. Anyway, thank you very much for your comments, and I appreciate them very much. If you haven't already, check out everybody else on the server. They are fantastic, each and every one of them. And in fact, I think I've been very negligent and not mentioning that we do have a new member on the server. His name is Samsel, and I've done several things with him and watched and enjoyed his videos. Go ahead and check him out. His information is in the description of my videos, last couple videos. I just think And bear with me if I've repeated myself. I think I haven't introduced him in my videos, but go over there, check out his stuff. He's making some fantastic buildings on his area, and I like what he's doing. Very, very good-looking stuff. Few too many creepers for my taste, but, you know, good stuff. Yes. Well, this has been Grok the Duck Farmer here on the FTOG.net server, playing Feed the Beast Infinity Evolved in expert mode. Thanks for watching.